Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hazel Ray Omapirsal of BSHM 3A. Let me share to you my learnings on the subject THC 134 with a descriptive title Professional Development and Applied Ethics. This subject covers four different lessons, namely the organization and introduction, organizational communication, improving interpersonal relationship, and effective listening. In this chapter, we will explore some ways in which the communication process, learning on the other hand, involves listening and accepting information well. In order for us to understand on how to attain the most effective communication in learning and teaching process, we will first explore the meaning of communication itself. We'll do using the learning process first. The first one is the sender, or the information source, the person sending the message. If you're the one teaching, you're the one sending the message, and this is you. The second one is the channel. This is the physical system that is sending the signal or the message. These mediums of communications are your channel, and you should use the best ones possible to transfer the information. The next one is the destination. It is the person who's receiving the message. It is in the mutual interest of everyone involved in the process to get the best message possible. The next one is the noise. It is the element which interface with the communication. If you're using video for teaching, maybe the quality isn't the best, so the student's learning process has been negatively impacted. And lastly, the feedback. It is the process of communicators use to make sure the message sent and received are as close to meaning to each other as is possible. So we will define now the meaning of communication. Communication is the process of transferring thoughts and ideas from one person to another. The definition sounds good, right? It acknowledges the communication is a process, which means that it is ongoing and it includes the ideas of communicating our thoughts and ideas to others. However, the word transferring from one person to another inaccurately imply that communication is like pouring a liquid from a pitcher. It is important to remember that communication is not only talking. Optimal communication always uses both verbal and visual communication tools. In order to have the message transmitted in the way you intended, you have to learn the most effective method of communication. This is a skill that can be learned and improved upon over time. There are a few steps you can follow in order to practice and master it. As an opening discussion, crisis and change in an organizational not only affect the organization but also have an impact on the lives of thousands of employees and their families, entire communities, states, and even other countries. With the rapid changes occurring in the job market because of technology, globalization, outsourcing, and even fraud, most people will go through many changes in their lives and will work for many different companies. To be an effective communicator in an organization, you need to be aware of both formal and informal communication. Realizing that sometimes the informal grapevine is more effective than formal. It is also helpful to understand the three main ways organizations coordinate employees, which are the mutual adjustment, direct supervision, and standardization. Understanding communication and coordination method will help you identify which model a particular organization follows. Identifying its model will give you a feel for the organization's complexity and its typical communication problem. quality of your interpersonal relationship with other members of any business or professional organizations will directly affect your ability and communicate as well as the success of your organization. In building and maintaining quality relationship with managers, employees, customers, and colleagues, we need to use the reciprocal nature of relationship to help build interpersonal cooperation and trust. One way to do is to determine their style of communication. Do they tend to be more closed, blind, hidden, or open? We need to realize that there is no perfect style. Each style has its own strengths and weaknesses. Each style is effective in some situations and less so in other situations. If you are interested in changing your style or becoming more flexible in style, use it carefully. Effective listening is not passive. It takes a great deal of effort and motivation to become an effective listener. Good listening is a prerequisite for success on business and profession. Although effective listening is certainly not the answer to all business problems, it is one of the first steps leading to solutions. Organization effectiveness is hampered by employees and managers who do not listen well. Individual career adjustments also can be hindered by poor listening. Unfortunately, poor listening is often more apparent to other than poor listener. The suggestion in this chapter about breaking bad listening habits and improving listening skills should be used as a guide. Those are the learnings that I've learned on this subject. Despite of this pandemic that we are facing right now, I am very grateful and thankful to learn even though it is hard. Thank you.